Hello, hello YouTube. This is Bash. This is Bash. Bring you the draft, a season recap of the UPC season 2, where we went 8-5 plus 8 differential, including playoffs. Which in that situation, that means we went for regular season. That meant we are able to get into playoffs with a 6-4 record and plus 7 differential, which is pretty good. Um, well, it's pretty decent. I mean, we got in. I was a little confused how we it was a really tight race for me to get into playoffs. So let's go into this. So my team for the season. I went through many different changes throughout the season. Even before the draft even finished, I had a trade, which in hindsight kind of helped out my team. But it wasn't for the right mon in my opinion. Because here's what we ended with at the end of the regular season with the team and the playoffs by trade deadline. Basically, at the end of the trade deadline, we had Lugia, Sylveon, Cobalion, Blaziken, Porygon 2, Shaman, Z Captain Shaman, Z Captain Garchomp, Mega Absol, Frogadier, Electros, Quillfish, and Cryogonal. And then there was 6 months I dropped slash traded away throughout the season, and we're allowed 3 free agents and 3 trades, which is what happened in all of these. Um, so first, let's I'm gonna go through the traded mons first. Delamise. So initially I had Deoxys Attack, and I really wanted to build a team around Deoxys Attack, which is why I traded Delamise away, because I got sniped for Serena, because I really wanted Serena with its ability with Deoxys Attack, which could have been really good. But so I decided, Honor told me I could trade. He would trade Serena to me if I got Delamise, which I ended up getting, so I could trade it with him. So that happened, and um, yeah, like that's why I mean Delamise is like a pretty cool Pokemon, kind of bulky, has a pretty good offensive attack, but it's really slow mon. So I mean it's not horrible. It just didn't fit my team at the time. Um, and then Deoxys Attack and Toucannon, those transactions were at the same time. Um, so Deoxys Attack and Toucannon, um, very what's the word? They didn't fit my team at all, really. Deoxys Attack, well, Deoxys Attack fit my team. I just hated playing with Deoxys Attack because it literally dies to anything. Its defenses are literally nothing. Um, it was very difficult to play with, and I was always scared of being pursuit trapped or like priority used against me. Um, Always terrified of that, and it kind of caused me not to play well with Deoxys Attack. And I only brought it to like one match, I believe. Because I was just so terrified of pursuit and all those moves, and so I mean, I get like Deoxys Attack wasn't the mon for me in my opinion. I want some bulk, but like enough to actually take a hit, because like Deoxys just couldn't take a hit at all. Um, and although it had insane offensive pressure, Um, it really never got the chance to really prove it, because the one match I brought it to, it missed a cycle boost and pretty much died to rocks because I had a sash. So Deoxys Attack, in my opinion, was not is not a mon. It's a good mon, but it has to be used in with the right hands. And in my opinion, like honestly, I'm not the right hands to use Deoxys Attack in, because it just doesn't even show up for weeks with me. Toucannon, I traded away Toucannon as well, because what happened was when I dropped Deoxys, I picked up Lugia, so I had a flying type. So I decided to drop two cannon, and I believe I grabbed Cragnell. That turn, I grabbed Cragnell. Gave me another hazard removal, which is really good. My team didn't really have that much hazard removal as I wanted it to, so that was good. And it gave me a stab ice, which could be really good for my team. And it gave me some special bulk as well, which could be nice. Um, so, and two cannon doesn't really have speed at all, and I really grabbed it at the end of the draft for more like a meme pick, and I saw that I didn't really wasn't gonna bring it at all, and I wanted to actually do well this season, like last season. I didn't upload that season, but I kind of like I fell really quick in the beginning, and then trying to make a playoff push, and but I was behind by like 1 or 2 games, which is the reason why I didn't make it into playoffs. Um, so I wanted to get them on that actually work, and more hazard removal because two cannon in this league was not allowed to use smooth tutors. None of the mods were allowed to use those new moves from Ultra Sun and Moon. There's no new Pokemon for Ultra Sun and Moon, so that's why. So it didn't get defogged. So I wanted a way to rapid spin stuff in case I set up spikes or T spikes, whatever. Um, and yeah, two cannon was not a mod I'm probably ever gonna draft unless I'm trying to have some fun in that league or like meme league, maybe in like the crash maybe I might draft it, but like I don't really see it really ever me ever trying to draft Toucan again unless it gets some huge buff in 8th gen or some for some reason. Next mom, Serena. So I know what you're thinking, like why did you trade it? Why did you trade for Serena and then trade it away? I mean, so my thing was I traded away Serena to sketch for Shaman. Shaman fit my team a lot better, especially since I dropped Deoxys attack. I grabbed another rapid spinner in Cragnole from the two cannon transaction. So I think Shaman worked better for my team than Serena, and in my opinion, it did, and I'm pretty happy about that. Serena was is a cool mon. It just didn't fit with my team. Once again, it's kind of, but like it's kind of like you're probably hearing it a lot, but like it's true. A lot of these mons didn't fit with my team, other than really Deoxys attack. Before and then, but like that's because I just didn't like using that mon. And next, you might be surprised. I dropped Tapu Fini, and I also had that trade with Golurk. Um, so to bring in about the Tapu Fini, so Tapu Fini, I already had a water type, the Quillfish, and I wanted a more fairy. I wanted a better fairy type and a wish support user because a lot of my team needed wish support because they don't get reliable recovery. Other than Porygon, well, some of them did, but like a lot of the some of the mods I was using bulky did not get reliable recovery. And Tapu Fini just added to that list of not no reliable recovery, causing me a lot of issues in these lengthy battles, because especially against teams that have that insane bulk and that almost stally kind of mons. So I just couldn't deal with Tapu Fini anymore. Plus, I hated Tapu Fini with its ability with Misty Terrain because with this team I liked statusing mons with T spikes and all that. So I found myself I'm pretty sure I brought it's a hidden ability telepathy over Misty Terrain for Tapu Fini a lot more, and plus the Misty Terrain kind of weakens Garchomp's Dragon moves, which was kind of annoying. So I just felt like Tapu Fini was not the mon for my team. Maybe in a different draft league, but like a draft team, but for this one, it just didn't work for me. I kind of like T spikes, so I don't know. It's gonna have to it's gonna crash a couple times. Um, so and then Golurk, I dropped Golurk because I wanted uh, fast mon. I wanted more I wanted a faster mon, but there wasn't really that many mons I could look at in tier 5, and I was really thinking about dropping Golurk. I already had a good ground type and the ghost type I mean, it could be nice, but like it wasn't really absolutely necessary. And Golik in for some with this Ubers league is so hard to play with. It's not offensive enough for Ubers league, so it just didn't work with my team. I've used it in the past, and it's actually been in my one league before the league died. I had it like it was like my second highest kill scorer behind Celesteela. So I mean, you got something there. I mean, but like Golurk just didn't work for my team, and the bulk and the offensive power of this Ubers league just Golurk just couldn't handle it. So that's why I dropped it, and I grabbed Frogadier. And you might say, wait, you were just saying that you wanted speed. This thing is 92 base speed. Well, you know what? I'm allowed to run Protean, which is basically why I grabbed it. Scarfed Frogadier is really good. I found I brought Scarf Frogadier. I believe the one game I was able to bring it. Um, one game I brought it, and it came up huge, taking out spoilers in the next 10 seconds maybe. So Frogadier took out a Mewtwo when it was setting up with the scarf like surf slash dark pulse. So um, yeah, this Frogadier is a really underestimated mod, and with a protein Greninja already gone, Frogadier seemed like a good pick for me. I mean, like for a pickup. I mean, like the only other mons I was thinking about was like Electrode, which can't do anything. It just has a lot of speed. I believe, if I remember correctly, I was looking at Crustle for a trade with a Tsunami, but I didn't like it would give me another rocker and a setup sweeper, but I just didn't. The speed was absolutely abysmal on Crustle. It's like base like 40 or 50 speed, and I just couldn't work with that. I believe I was also looking at um, there was another mon. I was thinking about Murkrow again, but I already had a Lugia, so I didn't want all that like weaknesses to it, to electric and rock and stuff like that, and ice. Um, and I believe I was looking at Zeb Striker as well, but I decided against it because I just felt like Frogadier was so much better. Uh, so I mean, I guess that's kind of was why I dropped Golurk. Just didn't work with my team in this league. It does not. It was really it's only there really for rocks and a rapid spin blocker, but that's about it. That's all it really could do in this league with all these Ubers. So let's go through my team. So Lugia, absolutely amazing mod. So insanely bulky, and especially with that multi skill, it's so difficult to take down. Um, Came out with two sweeps or three, I believe, with Calm Mind. It also served as an important way to check mons and stuff like that. So I really was satisfied with Lugia this season, especially after I dropped a Deoxys attack, which is practically the opposite in like stats. Like Deoxys attack is like insanely offensive and very has no like defenses. Well, this Lugia has like it's I would say this is the bulkiest mon in draft league format with that multi scale as well. Um, Bulkiest mon in probably the entire game. I don't see really a mon that's really bulkier than Lugia. It has reliable recovery and roost, and I believe it gets to recover as well. It has has really good setup options. Calm Mind, it can be run with weakness policy, which unfortunately I did not get a chance to try out. But um, yeah, so Lugia's absolutely insane, and uh, I mean I was really happy about that. Sylveon, okay, so Sylveon I picked up late in the it was part of my last transaction before deadline, right before deadline. And Sylveon, for what the matches it came, it put in the work, except for really like the finals, where uh, except for like the kind of I guess the finals, I was but I'll talk about that later with when we get there. Sylveon, pretty good special bulk, has a wish passing, gives me gives me a cleric, other than like Shaman, because Shaman is not really going to be used as a cleric because it has natural cure. So what's the point of you running as a cleric? Sylveon has a cleric, wish, has baton pass, hyper voice, has all these has a decent amount of coverage moves too, and it hits really hard with Pixelate. So I thought it was a really cool mon to use, and I was pretty happy about it. Um, it, it helped a lot, especially with some of my mons. Um, and so for when they brought it, I thought it put in a lot of work. Next is Cobalion. So Cobalion was a funny story. I mean, I believe this entire season, I don't think it came up with a kill, which is kind of sad. The main reason I grabbed it is for the Justify boost and for like rocks and stuff like that. But it turns out I like brought it more offensive in the beginning, but I turned out to be for me to bring it more defensive. Really for rocks and get that volt switch. Um, in the and I didn't really find that much. I didn't find it that amazing to use. I mean, it's one of the best ways to stop a Lanoon, though. I'll give you that, because Lanoon is absolutely a monster. But Cobalion isn't that amazing as I thought it would be. It really didn't do much, and literally didn't do any. Like it literally didn't get a single kill. I'm pretty sure this entire season, unless I messed up the stats or something like that. So but Cobalion really just was there for a defensive option. Maybe it was because I didn't make him one of my Z captains. It didn't perform as well, but that's really it. So that's Cobalion. I was kind of upset about it. Maybe in a different with a different team, I would draft it. Maybe with a chance of getting Z Crystal on it. But other than that, I didn't really see. I don't see myself really drafting Cobalion again. Although I would see myself drafting Lugia and Sylveon again because those things were pretty good. Um, if Lugia, if in fact the S tiers I want get sniped, I might go with the path with Lugia again next season, just because it's such a monster, so difficult to deal with, and maybe I'll build a team that actually like functions a lot better with Lugia on it, probably with like a bunch of like I don't know. I'm not gonna give any more secrets about my draft plan, so um, Cobalion I talked about. Blaziken. Okay, Blaziken I don't I'm not good with Blaziken at all. Absolutely terrible. This thing is so difficult for me, in my opinion, to play with. I didn't really find it like it was so difficult to prep with, and the like I don't think I'm not even sure like how many I don't remember exactly how many times I brought it, but like the times I brought it, it didn't really put in any. It didn't like really make a difference in the match. Like a couple times it was just a sack. And then like I tried like the times I tried to sleep with it, it didn't do much. I believe it didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Cobalion did get one kill, but Blaziken didn't get any kills. And for an offensive mon like Blaziken, it's kind of sad. I did have a chance at a couple kills with Blaziken, but I tried to set up because I was either I either kill one mon or try to win the entire game. So I mean that's how it went for me. Um, Blaziken, probably not going to draft it again. Um, yeah, I don't think I'm going to draft that again. Blaziken was not the mon I wanted. Um, yeah, I just wanted a mon to. I wanted like when I drafted this, I wanted a mon to help with Deoxys attack. With like so I had two fighting types that could deal with Dark type with Cobalion and Blaziken, but this fighting type did not help at all. So I don't think I'll ever draft Blaziken again. Um, sorry for trashing Blaziken if that's one of your good favorite mons. It just didn't work with me this season. Um, maybe it's just the way I try to play with it. It just didn't work. So that's that. Porygon 2, the Cyberduck. Cyberduck didn't come to many matches. But when it did, it did. I thought it did all right. It took out a Mega Houndoom, which was very scary after getting like crit. So I thought that was really good. Also, um, I believe I think I brought it to like 4 matches. It's a really defensive mon, but like with the knockoff pressure, it wasn't that amazing of a mon to use, especially with like Deoxys attack. I was really weak to like I was really scared of knockoff. In Porygon 2 has a lot of bulk, but my team was bulky as well, and I just never really found myself bringing as much as I probably should have. Um, I mean, it did pick up some kills, but like the first week, say like the first week, my I kind of messed up with that, misplayed with it, and basically allowed Kyogre. This was the one thing that stopped Kyogre at that moment when I had this team, when I had it for week 1 against Crypto, and Porygon 2 got destroyed by Kyogre, and basically Kyogre just destroyed my team. So, uh, yeah, so Porygon 2 is a cool mon to use, but I might use it again, and hopefully I use it a lot better. I mean, I didn't. I thought I did all right with it. I made some mispredictions with it, but like I thought it was a bulky and good mon. So I mean, there's nothing else I can really do about that. Um, bring it. I guess I gotta bring it more to more matches. That's really like all I could say. Um, and maybe I probably should try to take more advantage of download. I didn't bring download Porygon 2 at all this entire season. I think I used analytic, I believe, for 3 matches, and then for the last match I used um, Trace. So that was it. Really, Porygon 2 didn't do everything. Like, you know what I mean? It could have done a lot better. I thought. Um, I could have brought it better. I could have used it better. Is what I'm trying to say. Porygon 2 is a good mon. I just didn't use it as well as I probably could have. But yeah, Shaman. So I made the transaction with Sketch, and so Shaman. I didn't get it to use. I didn't get to use it till like late, I believe. I'm not entirely sure when I got it. I forgot which week it was. But it might have been week before week 4. I think it was. I think that's when I made the trade with Sketch. But yeah, Serena. Like drops got rid of Serena. Shaman is a good mon. I really wish I did not make it my Z captain though. All I could really for Z moves. It has good coverage with Z moves, but I could only really find 1 or 2 different ways to set up with it with the Z move. One being Z Grass Whistle, which backfired because it got Magic bounced back to me, and I got put asleep. I think it was Sweet Kiss, was it? No, Grass. Yeah, it was Grass Whistle. There was like Z Sweet Kiss. But yeah, Shaman. Um, it was alright. Has a great way to like wreck opponents with Seed Flare. For like it, nothing really wants to switch on a Seed Flare because there's a chance of getting -2 special defense, which with Shaman's coverage moves it could take out any other mon. So that's kind of scary, but I guess I used Shaman more of a defensive role this entire for when I had it. I probably should have brought it out more offensive sometimes, switch it up, but unfortunately I didn't have enough time with it. I didn't bring in enough matches to have a chance to run offensive, so I guess that's really it. Um, Shaman, my Z captain, Garchomp, my Z captain, other Z captain. Absolutely loved Garchomp. It's so good. I've never used Garchomp before ever. I don't think. Not even in like ladders. I don't think I've used Garchomp other than like a random battle or random rated battles, like rated random battles on Showdown, or unrated random battles on Showdown. But other than that, I don't think I've ever used Garchomp before, and this thing's a monster. The only downside is to this is that it can't really boost its speed other than going for like a Z move, Z status move. So that's the only downfall to this. But in my opinion, it does have the 4 times weakness to ice, but I thought I played really well around it, and it came up huge in so many games. It's such a difficult thing to switch into, and on most games I ran it offensively because it puts on so much pressure on my opponents, and when I have so many defensive mons, I felt like this mon could put on a lot more pressure offensively, so that's why I brought it more offensively. Um, as a Z captain, I thought it was pretty good. There's a couple times. There was one time though, like week 3 against Tsunami. I brought the wrong Z move that I should have. Um, basically, basically cost me the game. Um, so go watch that video if you want to know how it ended. But Garchomp, honestly, this mon's amazing. I would definitely draft this thing again. If not, like I would be, and I don't want to face against it because it's such a scary mon to deal with. Um, yeah, it really is. You need a really bulky like mon to deal with it. That is not weak to ground slash dragon, and really the only way you're gonna get around that is with um, a flying steel type, really, or something like that. So Garchomp really is scary. Has coverage moves too as well. That makes it even good, and it gets stealth rocks and it gets rough skin, which is really good too as well. I think, getting the extra chip damage and stuff like that. Um, so my next um my next mon, Mega Absol. I never really like Mega Absol. I love this mon. There was a couple mons I loved this draft, and Mega Absol was probably top 4. There was like 4 or 5 mons that absolutely loved and would definitely draft them again in a heartbeat. And Mega Absol is one of them. Mega Absol is so amazing. Sucker Punch and all those coverage moves, and its attack and special attack is insane. It has base 115 speed as well. So and it gets magic bounce, so you don't have to get like you can't get taunt, you can't get roared, you can't get like whatever like all these other moves. Um, and I thought this thing is amazing. Um, and it can pursue trap. I would definitely draft this thing again. It was so good for the team, and I was really happy to use the Reaper. Um, and honestly, Reapers Reaper is so scary to deal with. I didn't really bring it set up Mega App so much. I brought more offensive like wall breaker stuff with coverage moves. So, but um, Mega Absol absolutely put in the work for me. I was very satisfied with it, and yeah, I thought it was the right Mega for me, a right Mega for my team. So next is Frogadier, my Fro Ninja. Didn't get to. I only brought it to one game this entire season. Um, put in the work though. For that one game I brought it, put in the absolute work. Um, I might think about drafting again. It really depends on my draft plan, like what goes on with my draft plan. But Frogadier with Protean is really cool. It really isn't that. It doesn't get much options as Greninja does, but I think it's really good for like a tier 5 mod. So Frogadiers also I thought was really cool, like really good, but like it really functions best as a Scarfer or a Toxic Spike setter. So that's in my opinion though. I didn't really. I guess Focus Sash would be good too, but I didn't really see much other than that because the Scarf allows it to outspeed some of the mons that it can't really that it needs to outspeed. and it can always flinch things down with Dark Pulse as well. So that's what I see. It doesn't get really priority other than Quick Attack. It doesn't get priority other than Quick Attack, which could have, which if it got more priority, I would think about not using Scarf Frogadier all the time, or like I'd switch it up and all the time. But like Scarf Frogadier is probably the best way to go with this mon. Um, yeah, and that's about it. Uh, Electros. So in the beginning of the season, I used it a lot more. Maybe it's because I got like this extra bulk with like Sylveon, especially bulk with Sylveon and Lugia. I didn't really use it as much at towards the end, but Electros is actually a very bulky mon. It's really good. It's a lot of coverage boost. It gets U-turn and full switch, so it's a bulky volt turner. It can allow you to switch into mons. So like I could make I a lot of times I made it negative speed, so that it takes the hit, then volt switches out to a mon that gets a free switch in basically. So that's really good with Electros. I really enjoyed that. And it's kind of the reason one of the reasons why I grabbed Sylveon for the wish support to Electros, because the problem with Electros is it got worn down really easily. With like toxic damage, stealth rocks, taking hits. It didn't get really any reliable recovery. I think like in its only form of recovery really was Giga Drain and Drain Punch, because most times it's a Assault Vest mod. But yeah, so that's Electros. Next is Quillfish. Quillfish is a god. Quillfish is a god. I never really realized that until now. I'm so happy when, like, because I was complaining in the draft recap in the first video of the season about getting sniped in Garbodor, so I had to grab Quillfish. Quillfish is like the best mon. I mean, Quillfish is the most underrated mon I've ever used. T spikes, intimidate, water water stat, and now it gets liquidation as well, and like it gets other coverage moves. It's such a good mon. I love this mon. Um, I would definitely draft this thing again. Absolutely adored it. Really worked well with my team with the T spikes wearing things down for like Lugia to set up and stuff like that. And for like Garchomp to come in and just sweep. Very good defensive mon. It deals with those really good, really offensive fire type physical mons, the fighting physical mons. All these mons, it was really difficult for them to deal with Quillfish. Like I used Quillfish to check a Marshadow. I mean, think about that. I used a Quillfish to check a Marshadow. That's that's gotta say something. Quillfish just did a really well against a Marshadow too. I mean that's such a good. If it could take on a Marshadow, it could take on a lot. In the so that's Quillfish. Um, I even got to use a Swift Swim Quillfish, which was really good. It was a lot of fun. Almost got the Fell Stinger off, but Easy wouldn't let me get the Fell Stinger off. But so next is Cragnole. Cragnole was a fun. Cragnole was a cool mod. I brought like 2 games this entire season. um, uh, Cragnole gets Rapid Spin. Sorry. Um, um, Cragnole is a good mod in my opinion. Um, with the Rapid Spin and like the ice coverage, it has a really especially bulky mod to it. And it has a good speed tier over the base 100, so that's really good. Not much to really say about this. Sorry. So that's that for that mod. Um, stats. If you look at them, they're pretty. Some of them are pretty surprising. Like Quillfish got got 9 kills. Good differential, 9 kills, three deaths. I brought it to a lot of my games. um, Great Wall did really good. I brought it to pretty much every game since I picked it up, other than one. So and it got 12 kills and 4 deaths. That's really good as well. Garchomp and Reaper, 14 kills, 5 deaths, 9 kills, 7 deaths. That's really good. Yeah, So I would say the five mons I enjoyed the most that I loved on my team: Lugia, Garchomp, Mega Absol, Quillfish, and I would have to say probably the Sylveon slash Frogadier. Frogadier was fun to use. Um, yeah, let's go through that. Schedule and results. As you look through the rest of the way, I kind of went on a huge winning streak, only losing to Sketch for like the last one, two, three, four, five, six, 8 games. I only lost one game. That's pretty insane. Um, Started that win streak against Kurt and the Utah Jazz, and pretty much sweeping through every like. The only reason I lost to Winston, the sketch, was because I didn't have Lugia that game, and his team kind of destroyed my team. Um, I didn't have a good switch into Zekrom, so that's kind of the reason. I would say his team just completely cowered my team. I'm kind of happy they didn't have to play him in the playoffs. So let's go over that. Yeah, playoffs, quarterfinals against Easy Seattle Marinis. Score 3-0 win. Little hacks at the end, but like not really that much. It didn't really affect the game too much. I thought I would have. I think I had a plan. Like if I theory mod it, and I would have won anyway. I'm pretty sure. Um, but his team was kind of like it was really scary to prep for. But he didn't bring the one mod I was didn't have a single switch into, which was Palo Swine in the match. So that was really good. He came out with a win with that. Seattle still landed. That was an insane game. It was so much. It was kind of crazy. Um, it wasn't really set up at all. Like it wasn't really set up. It was just let's kill one mon. It was basically just trying to overpower each other with mons, and I came out at the end with it. So I guess I'm happy about that. And in the finals, if you haven't seen the finals, we lost 4-0 to Crypto. Basically got walled out by a Licky Licky, and then lost half my team to Magirna. I would have solved that if I had a heal bell, but I decided to switch it out for on Sylveon for baton pass last minute. Really upset about that decision. Really regret it too as well. Um, Unfortunately, we lost. So Crypto wins the finals. I mean, we're 1-3 against Crypto now, so our record against Crypto is not doing it so well. Hopefully, we can play him again in the we'll play him again in the Crash. Coming up, and I mean, if I'm gonna lose to somebody, Crypto's team is insane. So I didn't have a single switch into Kyogre other than Shaman Assault Vest. So that's unfortunate. Um, yeah, I don't really see. Yeah, I like his team kind of beat my. It was really difficult to play around his team. Um, Hopefully, uh, now that he doesn't have a Kyogre anymore, we could beat him. Since I haven't beat him since the first time we played, so that's that. Final remarks, final words. We have this thing called franchising now. I'm thinking there's like two mods I have in my mind to possibly franchise, which would two or three mods. I'm leaning towards probably franchising Quillfish. Because Quillfish is a god. Um, I was so amazed by how good it was. And then I was thinking about maybe either Garchomp or Mega Absol, because I can't franchise the S tier. So Garchomp was really good for this season, and I was thinking about franchising it, but I don't want to waste such a high pick for that. Um, and I also Mega Absol. I might want to try out a different Mega next season, so we'll see. New tiers, new Pokemon because of like mons like Lycanroc Dusk, Lycanroc Dusk, Blastphalon, Naganadale's gonna be in this. Yeah, and Stakataka, and possibly some Necrozma forms, not the Ultra Necrozma, obviously, because that thing's absolutely broken. But there's a couple Necrozma forms. New moves allow for mons to move into different tiers. like Ron's getting a boost, like Sir Puff's now getting sticky webs. Like it's so much. It's already a huge threat. Now it could be run a defensive set or like a utility set. So that's really scary as well. Season 3 is coming. There's a couple new coaches. Hopefully, um, we'll get that season started soon. And until then, I have a couple leagues going at this time. There's possibly another one I might upload or not. I don't really know at the moment. Still debating. Depends on how my schedule is. So right now I'm uploading the Crash, the UPL, and Remnants. Since now I can't upload. Since UPC season 2 ended. We're gonna take a break before season 3. Um, and maybe even do a tournament. We'll see. Um, but until then, uh, season 3 is on hold. Uh, I'll I'll definitely post a draft recap of season 3 when it comes out and I get a draft. Uh, and yeah, until then, you got 3 other leagues I'm uploading, possibly 4 depending. PSL, I kind of stopped uploading as much. If when I get to playoffs, I might start uploading again for PSL. Until then, I was kind of like bored, and I bored with it really. I starting to get bored with my team, so I switched it up, and I just didn't feel like uploading as much with it. Um, yeah, because like the really like I was told Teddy I believe before that he was the last game I was gonna upload until maybe playoffs for PSL. Because my PSL videos weren't exciting because I had a broken Monarch Nagana Dale. So hopefully we could hopefully if we make playoffs, I'll probably upload that too. Um, and I guess that's it. See you until next season.